are taking over. Well, not quite.
But in this digital age, new jobs are emerging while some traditional roles are getting left behind. So if you want to upskill or fancy a career change, what are the jobs to focus on? We've got some answers for you. Alex McCauley from startupAUS joins us now. Alex, good morning to you. What are the jobs of the future?
Yeah, so we've got, I think, some really interesting new data coming through about some jobs that I think lots of people won't have heard of, but which are in really high demand around the country and, frankly, around the world. So,
give us some idea, like artificial intelligence? Or?
Yeah, well, one of the jobs that really stood out from the data we've collected is user experience designer, which is a job that basically says, you know, if you're on an app or a website and you want to try and make it really easy for customers to use, you know how some websites you go to and you're just trying to spend your money, but you don't seem to be able to get to the checkout. You know, these guys are there to try and make sure that doesn't happen and give everyone a really good experience.
These are things all that you've listed there: data scientist, product manager, user experience designer, business development manager. They're all things I have no idea about.
Experience designer.
Yeah, so,
what is that?
So that's what I just described, designing the experience for users on digital products.
Yeah.
A product manager, for example, is someone whose job it is to turn an idea or a problem, like I want to be able to rent my house while I'm on holidays, into a product, like Airbnb.
It's so new. Is it hard to quantify what they're worth?
Yeah, well, we've actually also just done some work on salaries, and these people are getting paid good money.
Yeah.
And these are good jobs of the future that have got a really long run in them.
Okay.
Get into coding.
Yeah, obviously there's the traditional jobs that people associate with technology, computer programming, coding. That's in huge demand around the world.
All right. Which jobs will dry up? Which are going to disappear?
I think probably it's too early to talk specifically about big, you know, holistic changes to jobs, but there are particular types of roles within jobs that are definitely on the way out. You've got to look at the kinds of things that computers are really good at. We've talked about some of the things that are visual related. Computers are getting really good at recognizing images, and so radiology and pathology, which are very high skill jobs, but some of the diagnostic elements there are likely to go. Some of the things,
databases and everything, it's really interesting, that side of things. Long haul road freight, obviously the drivers aren't going to be there.
Yeah, the last kilometre within cities is actually still pretty much about people, but the really long ones down highways, long distance driving, I think computers and robots are going to be good at that in the next little while.
Wow. What's the best way of future-proofing yourself?
Yeah, so I think as a country, one of the best things we can do is to make sure that some of those companies that are creating these new jobs are born right here in Australia, and we're generating those jobs here. I think for people, you know, you've got to make sure that you're digitally literate. Any job these days needs computer literacy. You walk past a construction site and the guys are checking in on the construction site on an iPad. So digital and computer literacy is super important in every job.
All right, and if you're studying right now, what sort of degree would you be aiming for if you're at school still?
I think there's this insatiable appetite for STEM, science, technology, engineering and maths, so you can't go wrong with that. But the biggest tech companies in the world are really looking outside that as well. They want people who have got skills and passion areas that they can use to help solve big problems. So make sure kids are involved in lots of extracurriculars as well.
That report comes out today, and really interesting stuff, and also the stuff related to people, I think, and feel is important. Would you mind just looking down this camera here, Alex? I mean, you have the most lovely eyes. Could we go in tighter on his big blue, beautiful eyes? You could be an eye model easily.
An
for
eye
APSM
model?
or something. You know what I'm saying?
I'll take you up on it.
So there'll always be a job for a TV host, won't there?
Absolutely.
What are you saying?
Well, I'm just saying because you need... No! Because what I'm saying is that you'll always need personality and emotion, and
It's like I'm
that
outta
can't
here.
be replaced by a robot.
That's right. Well, but you'll be interviewing robots, I think.
Okay.
Oh, wow. We haven't done that before. Thank you so much.
Really
And,
interesting.
stay
Thanks,
tuned for that
Alex.
report today.
All right, coming up, why petrol stations are facing big